Alright, what's up everybody? It's Lord Dark bringing you another Dead by Daylight killer review. Today we're going to be going with the Wraith. Um, I do have a bit more experience with him. I do only have him as a level 5. But even then, he is one of the funner ones that I enjoy playing with. So for powers, he has a bell that he rings that enters him into a spirit world. So total invisibility, that is important. It is near invisible. Anyone who's ever seen like the Predator films or anything like that, is basically like that. Like they can kind of see, uh, like almost like a heat wave. You know, they can see the light reflecting off. Um, and then faster movement when invisible, of course. It's not stupid fast, but it's like it's a little bit faster than the norm. Cannot attack while invisible, but can interact with objects. So you can attack, but if you need to destroy things, you can do that. Grants 1 second burst of speed upon reappearing, which is awesome, definitely helpful. Also, keep in mind, I don't know if it says it, but what's the word for it? There is a pause when you're coming back and you're hitting the bell. You kind of stop moving to hit the bell for a second before you finally come back into the real world and can move and come after them. So the 1%, or sorry, not 1%, excuse me, 1 second burst of speed will help you out just a little bit with that. Exposure to bright light can burn the user out of the spirit world. So in other words, if they use the bright light, they can burn you out of it, but I've never seen anyone do it, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. The wailing bell can be heard up to a distance of 24 meters. So they basically get like a signal whenever you're, using the bell. Not problematic at all, to be honest. I've both been chased by the Wraith and I've been the Wraith. It's not that big a deal. So for me, I'm using Blink. So considerably reduces Wraith's disappearance time, and that can stack. So that helps. So when I go to disappear and hit the bell, I can do that faster. That's pretty good for one of the perks like that. And then after uncloaking, the Wraith's terror radius and red stain will remain suppressed for 6 seconds. That is really good for what it is. I mean, this is like the lowest tier add-on that you can basically get is the gray ones. So for it to do that, it's pretty good. And if I decide to play more with Wraith, I seriously hope that there's higher levels of this same attribute. I like it. For this, I'm going to thicken the mist. It works really well for him. Yes, you do have the issue of them being able to hide in the mist, but also you should be able to hide in the mist. And considering that you can technically be seen a little bit, even if you're invisible, like I said, they still see that kind of light reflection. You definitely want as much in the way of that as possible. For this, we're going to be using Bloodhound. So basically it helps with those red scratch marks that are left on the ground. I can see them 2 seconds longer than normal, so that's helpful. And then I also paired that with Predator, so that'll allow me to hone in on disturbances left by them, and scratch marks left by survivors will spawn slightly closer together. So instead of being so spread out, I'm assuming it'll look more like a neat little trail toward them. That's the hope anyway. I've never played with these two perks on at the same time. Don't ask why, because once I saw them I was like, yeah, I probably should have just been using both of those. But I think that pretty much does it. I had already gone in and played with this stuff beforehand. You know what, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, that's basically the same thing as that, just this one has spikes on the head, so I think we'll go ahead and mess around with this one for this match. No problem. Let's go ahead and get started. Hopefully we don't have any issues this time around. When I recorded my last Dead by Daylight video, I wanted to get this one done right afterwards, just, you know, back to back. And I was even going to do it all in one episode. I was just going to review the Trapper and this guy, Wraith, in the same episode. And then it froze on me, and, you know, well, kind of froze. It didn't freeze to the point of restart. It just stopped on the loading screen, wouldn't go forward. So I had to restart my system, and I just was like, yeah, I'll record the other one after this, and I didn't end up doing it. So now I'm coming back. We're going to try this again. Hopefully, like I said, the loading screen doesn't do what it's doing now. That'd be real nice if it didn't do that. And there we go. So it took it a second, but we're going strong again. Hopefully it'll load all the way through with no problems. And same as the last video, we'll just go through with likes and dislikes and why he is a good character, because like I said, I do personally like him, not as much as some of my harder difficulty characters, but as far as I think intermediate's a good area. It's generally when you hit the easy zone, I don't tend to like those characters. So, the higher up you go in difficulty, the more fun and enjoyable they tend to be honest. So in this case, I started in the spirit world. Oh, making noise already? Not gonna lie, that was pretty early. And another thing that's enjoyable about this game too is that they So, I can tell you right now, dislike instantly, how long that took right there. After the swing to the Wraith swing time, we'll just call it for now, that was way longer than I would have liked it to be. It is a nice clean swing though, I'm not gonna lie, that was pretty clean. It feels really nice. Some of them, you feel like the swing is gonna miss almost, so that was actually a real nice swing. But I would say a perk that helps his swinging, and I can't remember right now which killer has it, but one of them has that perk. Yeah, I wasn't gonna even bother with you, to be honest. Ha, nice try. Yep, see what I'm talking about. They're just so crazy. They always want to come save their friends. It's like one of the worst decisions you can make. Where was I? I apologize. Yeah, so like I was saying, it's one of those things where you probably, as your third perk, would want, there's a perk that helps with your swinging, and I want to say, as much as I dislike playing with him, it might have been a trapper perk, in which case that might be one of the only solid reasons to go and play as trapper, would be to unlock that perk. Can't believe you just came over here like that. Oh. Hi there. Yeah. You know, I'm not even gonna bother. It's a free kill right here. Yeah, there's no point in fighting that. Whew. Okay, so as you could see, that right there was definitely worth it. Let's get that 1% speed boost. That, I keep saying 1%, I mean 1 second. That was definitely not helpful right there either. Even with that 1 second of speed boost, it's just not enough. Yeah, and it looks like she has that perk where you hit her and she runs faster from you, so that was pretty bad too. Wow. Just making all kinds of mistakes today, ain't ya? Hopefully, nobody gets her up, but I'm being quite hopeful there. I'm probably not going to make it back in time to hook both of them, not to mention, wow, okay, so I thought, until she decided to walk right toward me. She's fighting pretty good. So, not only is he gonna... Okay. So he's gonna make that entirely too easy on me. Because his only good distraction is her. There we go. And now he has just given her up. And himself, for that matter. Yeah, big mistake. Rookie level mistake right there, bub. Oh. Yeah, not the brightest bunch. So yeah, as you can see, it's pretty easy, even with a low level 5 version of the character. You really put in some damage and take care of business. I mean, that's all 4 of them. The match didn't really last that long at all. And I only have 2 perks unlocked, level 5. They had 2 generators left. If he was smart, he would have just stayed away, let her die, and honestly, you can finish generators by yourself. It's not impossible. If you ever find yourself in this situation, finish the generator, let her die, at least mostly. And then when your generators are done, if you finish them in time, then come back for her. Doesn't matter if you're friends or not, you know, it just would have been better to do it that way. Like I said, I would definitely get something for his swing. It would be better if it were a main perk, but if you couldn't, you know what? No. It's his perk. That was my bad. He's the one that has a perk because it has his like hatchet or whatever you want to call it as the picture for the perk. So it's actually him who has that perk because he has such a slow recovery from his swing. I have it on my Freddy Krueger, but I don't actually use it on his skills because it didn't really benefit me that much later down the line. Later down the line, I realized it didn't really matter with Freddy. I would still get what I wanted either way. But it is useful for some characters. He would benefit from it greatly. I would definitely say use one of those slots with that. Of course, the perk was designed for him, so it's not too hard to believe. Those 2 tracking perks I was using, it did come in handy. I'm not, yeah, there it is, right there. 20% cooldown. I would suggest getting it. Definitely worth it. I don't tend to like anything that has to do with obsessions. You know what? My bad. That's not true. I do use one with the spirit that has to do with obsessions, and I really like that one. Most of them, though, I don't care for because either they don't want you to touch the obsession, or they want you to touch the obsession, but they want you to let them go afterwards. I'm not too into that. I'm more into, like, whoever you get, you just get. The only time I'll dodge that is with the spirit, and you'll see why in that episode. It just makes sense with her if you're using the proper perk that you wouldn't mess around with that. So yeah, this is you know what? No, I should probably at least suggest a last one. You know? Yeah, you know what? I would, for now anyway, I might go back and do secondary reviews after I played this game a lot longer and I've upgraded these characters that I don't even care for as much. Which in his case I do actually really like him, but I might go back either way, and I might do another episode on him later after I've upgraded him more. But for the time being, I would say, you know what, let me look it up because I have it on my Freddy. This one, Insidious. So this is max tier, obviously, but standing still for 2 seconds reduces my terror radius to 0. So you could see how that would work well for him because he goes invisible. So you stand still for 2 seconds and they don't even know that you're there in the first place. Definitely useful for him. And we'll get more into that with Freddy, and I will try and remember to refer back to him so it's easier explained why I feel that those perks match. Next we'll be doing the Hillbilly. I'll tell you right now, I don't care. Like I said, he's an easy character and therefore I have my pre-opinions for him, but with that said, he does have a really nice ability that we'll get into on the next episode as well. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Please remember to like, comment, and share on the video. It is appreciated. It does help me know what you guys like and what you guys prefer content-wise, so I could keep doing what I'm doing. I hope you guys all have a great day.